I'm going to go over the 1.05 Cyberpunk patch notes. So this patch came out, it says the 19th, but it's not actually the 19th. It came out on the 18th because I'm downloading it right now and I'm making this video on the 18th. So I'm going to go over these things with you. So really quick, my summary of this is that okay, I see what it says. It's now live on PC and Xbox. PC will follow suit. So PC might come out on the 19th. So here's my opinion on this. The bulk of it is this, which is bug fixes. Then there's a little bit of like, UI and visual fixes, a little bit. Mysterious stability improvements, which hopefully we don't know how extensive that is. It's just like a mystery. And then PC specific things, console specific things, etc. But the bulk is just bug fixes and some visual fixes and stuff. That's like 80% of it. So I'm going to go through item by item, and we're going to go over this and discuss this. So Jackie will no longer disappear in the pickup or the heist. That is definitely good. I'm sure anyone who had that bug wanted to throw the game away. Fixed an issue preventing players from landing the helicopter in Love Like Fire. Again, probably helpful, but probably not. Any of these that were like, most of these you could probably fix by just like loading back a save and doing it again, and then it would just work probably. But definitely quality of life up there. Fixed an issue with Takamura not calling in Play It Safe. Same kind of issue. It's no longer possible to trigger the same dialogue twice in Big in Japan. Okay. Fixed an issue with Delamain appearing upside down at the end of Don't Lose Your Mind. Okay, that's just kind of whatever. Saul now correctly reaches the van in Riders on the Storm. Oh, I remember I saw this on a stream. This one was nuts. Oh my god, dude, the streamer got Saul stuck on a cliff and could not get him off and had to reload. It was hilarious. Fast traveling before the encounter with Tiger Claws no longer breaks progression. I fought the law. Okay. That sounds pretty big actually, because that sounds like a repeatable one. Like you could straight up just mess things up. Fix an issue blocking progress in Ghost Town if an autosave made upon Raph and Shiv's arrival was loaded. Very rare, but boy would that suck if you were that guy, especially if there's no way out. Fixed an issue with not receiving new calls or messages if Happy Together failed as a result of combat. That'd be pretty rough if you don't have a save to go back on. Elizabeth Perales stops being excessively insistent with her calls after her job offer is refused. Never experienced, I never refused a call. Okay. The scene with Misty and Jackie now starts properly after leaving Victor's clinic. Was it not proper before? I remember that scene. That scene seemed fine to me, but I guess not. Wakako's dialogues no longer get blocked after finishing Search and Destroy. Never encountered it. Walking away from Stefan in Sweet Dreams shouldn't prevent other characters from calling you anymore. Okay. That sounds pretty game-breaking. Brick's detonator should now be properly interactable for players to disarm or set off. Your call. Okay. That's a decent fix. Elevator doors should now correctly open in the heist. Okay, that's nice. Saul now correctly gets out of cars and Rider in the Storm. Again, I saw that on a stream. That also happened. He did it a different way. And he got Saul into his car and drove him over to the objective, and Saul would not get out of the car no matter what. You had to walk him over. It was insane. Fixed an issue with not receiving new calls or messages after running too far away from Frank and War Pigs. Okay. Jackie now correctly leaves the factory after the combat is finished in the pickup. Oh, I had that one. That happened to me. Oh my god, that was so annoying. I actually was able to fix it. So he would go right up to the gate and wouldn't leave. And I finally found out I could fix it by going back into the factory, running like all the way to the elevator. I don't think I can go up the elevator, but I ran all the way back to the elevator and then casually walked out again, and then it fixed it. But that's really nice. That was really rough. If you're not like creative like I am with trying to find stuff, find solutions, you might literally be done and just have to load back a save. That would suck. Fixed an issue with middle attack reinforcements not spawning if driving through the gate too fast and forward to death. Okay. Not that important, but whatever. Skipping time while in the club in violence no longer results in issues with progression. Okay. Fixed issues with starting gig getting warmer. Very not specific. Fixed an issue with not receiving new calls or messages after Pyramid Song has been abandoned midway. Okay, that's pretty important. Fixed an issue whereby Delamain core could be already broken when player enters the core room and don't lose your mind. Okay, not that big of a deal. Fixed issues with Delamain not appearing or doing nothing outside the afterlife in the heist. Not as big as the ones above. Fixed an issue with Objective getting stuck on Talk to Victor in the Ripper Dock. That's pretty big. I didn't experience that, but that would suck because it's so early in the game that it could just be really obnoxious. Fixed an issue whereby it was impossible to talk to the bouncer in front of Lizzie's in the information. I had someone comment on my YouTube asking me about this, and I gave him some like suggestions on how to try to get around it, and he never got back to me, so I'm assuming one of my suggestions worked. I told him to walk away all the way out to the street and then turn around and casually walk back in and then see if it resets it. Added description for don't lose your mind in the journal, whatever. Fix an issue preventing player from saving, using fast travels, and talking to other NPCs after reloading a save with an active call with Frank in War Pigs. Jeez, that is very specific, but that is a huge bug to fix. That's crazy. That I can't imagine the person that happened to. Fixed an issue with Pan Am not calling about any other matter until all flyaway is completed. Okay, that's not that big of a deal. Fixed an issue with Dum Dum. Oh yeah, fixed an issue with Dum Dum following V after the pickup is finished. Interesting. That was not that big of a deal. But honestly, that bug would be funny more than to be annoying. Improved the reaction times of NPCs taking cover. That is really nice. They need more updates like that because the AI in this game is really bad right now. Corrected the number of shots needed to kill civilians from a distance while in combat. Oh man, I hope they made it so it's more, because as far as I'm aware, all civilians died in one shot before. So hopefully they made that like a little more balanced, because that was awful. It was so easy to just accidentally kill a civilian. Just literally one stray bullet, it's over. Okay. Visual updates. Fixed an issue with Delamain's image displayed on the top of the current caller during phone calls. That sounds like it was probably a funny bug, actually. V's mouth doesn't stay open after entering the space lock in Where Is My Mind. Okay. Fix some UI overlap issues. Alright, good. V appears more modest in the inventory preview after the half-year montage. Wait, what? Was she like naked or something? I don't remember. The only time I remember V being naked was after getting the crap beaten out of her by Johnny and then showering, and then it gives you control after the shower or something. Like, but apparently I don't know. NPCs are faster to appear in the quest area during Stadium Love. Added some warmth to HDR. Okay, that's cool. Fixed T-posing NPCs in suspected organized crime activity. Just say no and gig. Just say no and gig. Hot merchandise. That is so specific. I don't even know what it means with that second part. I just know this. Anyway, fixed an issue whereby after a brain dance, it was possible to be stuck in third person view with no head. I saw that happen to Shroud. I don't know, I think he had a different trigger for it, but I saw the bug. And he got out of a van, and it was like that, and he was controlling his character from a like static third person camera, and his character had no head, and he was running around. He jumped over a wall trying to get to the objective, and couldn't even see his character, and finally got killed, and it reset everything, and then it was fixed. It was hilarious. Silencer icons are no longer displayed with no image in the inventory. Wait, what? Silencer icons are no longer displayed with no image in the inventory. Huh, I never even noticed. Fixed an issue with weapon crosshair persisting on screen. Oh, that's nice. That one was actually pretty annoying. I hope they fix the opposite, though, where the crosshair disappears and can't get it back. Well, you can get it back, but it's just annoying. The inventory menu no longer closes immediately after opening it for the first time after leaving a car. I don't think I've ever experienced that. Fixed an issue whereby upon accessing a fast travel terminal, the button shown on the top right corner prompting to open the quest journal would not work. Wait. There's a button on the top right corner prompting to open the quest journal when you go to a fast travel? I'll have to check that out. I didn't even know that was a thing. Multiple stability improvements, including crash fixes. Let's hope this is much more expansive than this one sentence. Let's hope this means like they fixed, you know, like 30 to 50 of these things, not just one or two. But they didn't say, so it makes me want to think one or two. Off-screen explosions make noise now. I didn't even notice they didn't. PC specific. Okay, for you PC players out there. AMD SMT. Optimize default core thread. Optimize default core / thread utilization for 4-core and 6-core AMD Ryzen TM processors. 8-core, 12-core, and 16-core processors remain unchanged and behaving as intended. This change was implemented in cooperation with AMD and based on tests on both sides indicating that performance improvement occurs only on CPUs with 6 cores or less. 6 cores and less. Okay, that's pretty nice if you're on an AMD CPU that has 4 or 6 cores. Sounds good. Fixed an issue with the way raw input is collected. Not actually 100%. I maybe know what that means, but I'm not certain. Remove the use of AVX instruction set, thus fixing crashes occurring at the end of the prologue on processors not supporting AVX. Okay, very specific. Remove debug console to prevent functions. Wait, there was a debug console on PC? To prevent functions that could lead to crashes or blocked quests. This doesn't mean we don't want to support the modding community. Stay tuned for more info on that. Okay, interesting. Ray traced reflections should no longer seem too bright in comparison to the environment. I wouldn't even know. I'm playing on PS4 because it's fun. Love controllers. Fixed an issue with Steam overlay crash on game shutdown. Cool. Remove the memory _ pool _ budgets.csv file, which was not connected with the final version of the game and had no influence on it. It was a leftover file used during the development to estimate memory usage. It had no effect on how much memory was actually allocated. Perceived performance increase after editing the file may have been related to restarting the game. Dude, so you're telling me there was a community of people who had found out about this file and were editing it thinking it was improving their game. Is that a thing? That was actually happening? That's wild. Console specific. Hey, that's me. Improved image sharpness with chromatic aberration of film grain on. Okay, cool, because it resets those every single time, and I've finally given up on it to leave them on now, so it'll look better. Cool. Settings should no longer reset to default after several game session restarts. Oh, never mind. Maybe I'll turn it off. Okay. Fixed visual issues occurring during the transition between the heist and Love Like Fire. Had no idea. Corrected the look of several vehicles. I didn't know anything was wrong with them. Xbox players. Entering combat while synaptic accelerator is active no longer ends in player health bar not being displayed. Dude, player health bar not being displayed happens in a lot of situations. Hopefully they fix those. Xbox players. Game no longer becomes unresponsive when signing out from a profile when the controller disconnection message is visible. That would be really obnoxious if that happened. Telemetry consent request will appear once more due to an earlier issue with settings reset. Wait, I consented to telemetry? I don't even know what that means. Fixed an issue whereby it was possible to fall down the elevator shaft in Mega Building H9 in Automatic Love. That's like not really important, but that is really funny to whoever that happened to. That must be, I bet that was super rare. That is really, really funny. Okay, so again, in summary, we got massive like quest bug fixes and like soft locks got fixed. A lot of soft locks. If you don't know what aren't familiar with speedrunning, soft lock is where the game is still running, but you can't progress because something is like blocking your progress. Like you go here, do this, and some guy won't move, but you need him to move in order to be able to continue. And now you can literally never continue your game ever. Like that's a soft lock. So they fixed a lot of those. Slightly improved NPCs. That's nice. Made it so civilians are hopefully harder to kill. I'm assuming that's what they did. Hopefully that's what they did. Fix some visual mess ups and things, and upgraded a little bit of stuff. Fix the UI a little bit from being make it a little bit less weird. Mysterious stability improvements. Off-screen explosions make noise now, which is interesting. Didn't know it wasn't a thing. PC like nitty gritty type of upgrades. And then for console, it was the main thing was better image with these two things on. Settings won't reset to default. That's huge. And then that's pretty much it. That's the bulk of it. Everything else is kind of technical, like soft locks and bug fixes and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 1.05 patch notes for Cyberpunk 2077. Now you know. God, I don't even know. I guess I'll link the patch notes in the description so you can read them yourself if you'd like. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully, you, if you wanted to hear someone read it off to you and go through every single detail, now you have. So now you know exactly what's coming to 1.05. I'll be testing a lot of. I'm going to test a bunch of the exploits that everyone's discovered after I download 1.05 and I want to see what works, what doesn't work. According to the patch notes, everything should still work, but who knows, maybe they secretly changed some things and took out some of the bugs, like duplicate bug or something like that. So stay tuned for more. Subscribe to this channel if you want to keep up with Cyberpunk. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, or if you like my videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it for 1.05 patch notes in Cyberpunk 2077. If this video helped you, consider helping us by subscribing to our channel. Tap this button over here and hit the red subscribe button. Subscriptions help a lot, even if you never watch our videos again. Ha 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 ha!